You're late, Fantano.
You're super late. Like it was a superpower. Like laser vision. Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here. My needle drops. The internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review. The Tallest Man on Earth. There's No Leaving Now. This is the third full-length album from Swedish singer-songwriter Christian Mattsson. The dude has been incredibly consistent so far in his career, staying true to his troubadour sound, very passionate singing with just a voice that is slightly raspy, very strong, impressive solo guitar playing. He just time and time again writes songs that sound like a dusty road going into a setting sun as the credits roll, brought to you in bright, exciting Technicolor. Now with this new LP, Christian basically continues his consistency streak and makes another album with roughly the same sound. And it's mostly because this guy can pull that sort of thing off, staying in one area with his music, because he is so uniquely good at what he does, a cut above. Just his finesse on the guitar, his very captivating personality, and his kind of moving lyrics that are very flowery in their language, but also having this feeling of being very personal and somewhat cryptic too. If anything has undergone a slight change with The Tallest Man on Earth, it is the instrumentation on this album, which does kind of have its positives and negatives with this LP. It does bring more variety on this album. You do have your acoustic tracks, you do have your electric guitar foundation tracks, you do have a piano ballad, but you do end up getting moments on this album like the opening track, To Just Grow Away, which kind of sounds like Mattsson singing over a bunch of pre-recorded instrumentation played against click tracks. You get a lot of layers, a lot of color, but the performance isn't that exciting. You know, there's just no momentum to it, no electricity. It's not bad, but it's not exciting either. To me, the extra instrumentation on this album sounds way better when it is inserted into what sounds like just a solid recorded performance of Christian playing his guitar and singing at the same time. Like the really sweetly played pedal steel on the track Wind and Wales, or the extra layers of guitar, the woodwind instrument, and what sounds like a snare drum just galloping faintly in the distance on the song Revelation Blues. I'm insane. Now what's nice about this extra instrumentation is that it hangs in the background very subtly. It's the singing, the songwriting, the guitar playing that really steals the show. And it should. Especially since between, you know, those several things, there's so much to take in with The Tallest Man on Earth. Like with the song Criminals, which has this very speedy finger picking. And on top of the finger picking, the really solid tempo that he's got going, the groove that he's pushing forward, and his singing, he just sort of breaks down into a solo over the bridge, and it's just a really nice, clean transition. I love the imagery that his lyrics throw out there, like going under and stuff like that too. Or when he directly addresses the mountain on the track Bright Lanterns. You know, the thing is about his lyrics, like I said, they are kind of cryptic. They do seem very personal, and I'm not completely plugged into what the storyline or the progression of the story is on a number of these tracks, but still, just the acting that he does while singing these tracks just makes so much of these moments emotive for me. Danger Mountain. Love that. You know, case in point, the closing track on here, which is really one of the more forlorn tracks The Tallest Man on Earth has ever put out. And he just cries out painfully singing during some of these verses. This album basically is the same Tallest Man on Earth that has made this project so interesting up until this point. There's some new instrumentation popping up here and there. Like I said, adds a nice variety to this album, and it works more than it doesn't. So don't worry about that. For me, there's not much else to say about this album than just feeling a decent to strong 8 on it. Thought it was a great album, very great album. You know, like I said, didn't really surprise me or bring this project into anywhere amazingly different, but still, I mean, friggin' enjoyable. You know, I can't say no. You know, I'm not soulless. I do love new directions and new flavors, but there's just some stuff that basic, foundational, goddamn, it's good, gotta admit it, kind of stuff. What did you guys think of this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? And what should I review next? Anthony Fantano, the tallest man on earth, forever.